Birds called overhead. The breeze rustled the newly budding leaves. Otherwise, there was nothing. In that moment, Thea felt as if she might be the only human being left in the world. Rather than being overwhelmed by the isolation of the place, as she walked from the house down the sloping, dew-dampened grass towards the long-abandoned kitchen garden, Thea felt more relaxed than she had in weeks. John would never find her here. It was for his own good. She couldn't face another excruciating conversation like the one they'd had in February. Chapter 1. February the 8th. It wasn't him. It couldn't be. He'd moved away. At least he'd told her he had. If Thea had any doubts about her vision, the sinking feeling in her stomach confirmed her fears. Her body had sensed her ex-boyfriend's presence before her brain had finished joining the dots. A coach worth of Japanese tourists was following a stressed tour guide around the outside of Bath's pump room. Assessing the amount of lemon cake and espresso she had left, Thea wondered if she should abandon her cafe lunch and trust to the crush of tourists to shield her from the man she'd hoped never to see again. Telling herself that the chances of John Summers spotting her were slim, Thea blew ripples into the top of her coffee. So what if he does see me? We've been apart for 3 months now. He won't want to talk to me. Returning to the novel she'd been reading as she sat outside the Abbey Cafe, Thea was unable to prevent her eyes lifting from the page every few seconds to see if he was still there. On the third surreptitious raise of her eyelids, she finally convinced herself that John had disappeared from view, or that maybe she'd imagined his presence in the first place. She hadn't finished exhaling with relief when a voice from behind made her jump. If it isn't the gorgeous Miss Thomas, what a coincidence. What do you want, John? Placing her cup onto its saucer, Thea gave an internal groan of resignation. I thought it was you. A pointlessly tiny cup of coffee, a slice of lemon cake, and a novel. Such a giveaway. Although I had to do a double take because your hair is wrong. Thea's hand automatically went to her chocolate brown ponytail. What do you mean it's wrong? You've grown it. It was clear from his tone that the change of style did not meet his approval. Self-consciously, Thea muttered, "Well, I like it," into her coffee. Oblivious to his lack of tact, John smiled in a way that made his emerald eyes shine with the promise of mischief. I wasn't 100% sure it was you, but I had to check. It felt like the right thing to do. The right thing to do? Wary and unsure she wanted the answer to her next question, Thea asked, "How did you know I was here?" Ignoring the inquiry, John pinched a few cake crumbs from her plate. "I wanted to ask you to come out to dinner with me tonight." Thea almost choked on her coffee. "I want to talk to you. It's been ages. We have a lot to catch up on." "It's only been 3 months, John. We have nothing to catch up on." John Summers was the only boyfriend Thea had ever dumped, and he'd made it as difficult as he could. And even then, he'd refused to fully let her go. We only dated for a year. It was nice for a while, but then I discovered we wanted different things from life. It took all my courage to tell you it was over. Hooking her bag onto her shoulder, Thea stood up. "I'm sorry I hurt you, John, but I couldn't make myself love you. Nor could I mold myself into the woman you wanted me to be." "You couldn't then, I can see that." John's expression became serious. "However, things are different now." He centered his attention on the bowl of sugar cubes in the middle of the table. "I'm extremely successful. I've taken a promotion which has brought me back to Bath." "Back to Bath?" Thea held her jacket across her chest. "But you only moved to Newcastle 2 months ago." "You remember the company I worked for here, Shaw Digital?" "Of course I do. It's all you ever talked about." Thea found herself reaching for the dregs of her coffee. "You only left them a couple of months ago?" "For a better post in Newcastle, yes." John's eyebrows knitted together as he rubbed his chin. He looked like a caricature of someone trying to think. "With hindsight, I was unreasonable to expect you to come with me. You didn't ask me."